Have you ever wondered if there's a hidden blueprint to the universe? A set of rules that governs everything from the changing seasons to our own health. For thousands of years, ancient sages sought this very knowledge. And in a legendary dialogue, the Yellow Emperor, one of the most revered figures in Chinese history, received the final keys to this cosmic code. The Yellow Emperor's mission was noble. He wanted to understand the universe not just for knowledge's sake, but to ease the suffering of his people and bring harmony to the land. He sought out the wise master, Guiyuk, who had already revealed so much about the intricate dance of yin and yang and the 5 elements. Guiyuk's lesson was profound and clear. He explained that we are not separate from nature. We are part of it. When we act against its fundamental laws, disaster follows. But when we align ourselves with the natural flow, we find prosperity, health, and peace. He warned that trying to impose our own will on the world, without respecting these cosmic principles, is a recipe for calamity. It is like trying to swim against a powerful current. You'll only exhaust yourself and get swept away. But if you learn to swim with the current, you can travel far with ease. This wasn't just abstract philosophy. Guiyuk was about to give the Yellow Emperor the practical tools, the very operating system of this cosmic law. This was the great synthesis, the moment when all the pieces came together. First, he revealed the secret of the 10 heavenly stems and how they connect to the 5 great movements, or the 5 elements, over a 10-year cycle. This isn't just about labeling years. It's about understanding the dominant energy of a particular time. For example, in years ending with the heavenly stems Jia and Zi, the dominant energy is Earth. This means the climate tends to be more damp, and the energy supports stability and nourishment, like the soil that grows our food. In Yi and Zheng years, metal energy takes charge. Think of metal as representing structure, order, and dryness. The atmosphere becomes clearer and drier during these years. Then come the Bing and Xin years, governed by water. Water energy brings coldness and storage, a time for introspection and preserving resources. Next are the Ding and Ren years, where wood energy flourishes. Wood is all about growth, expansion, and wind, a time of dynamic change and new beginnings. Finally, in Wu and Gui years, fire energy reigns supreme. This brings heat, light, and transformation. By understanding this 10-year cycle, ancient doctors and rulers could anticipate climatic trends, know when to plant and when to harvest, and even predict which kinds of health issues might become more common in a given year. It was like having a long-range forecast for the planet's energy. But that was only half of the puzzle. The other half lay in the 12 earthly branches, which you might know from the Chinese zodiac animals. Guiyuk explained how these branches correspond to the 6 Qi, or the 6 primary atmospheric influences that shape our world year by year. This is a 12-year cycle. He began with the years of Zi and Wu, the rat and the horse. These years are governed by lesser yin, which manifest as heat. This isn't a blazing fire, but a foundational, generative warmth. Next are the Chu and Wei years, the ox and the goat, which are ruled by greater yin, or dampness. During these years, humidity tends to be higher, influencing everything from agriculture to our own bodies. Then come the yin and shen years, the tiger and the monkey, governed by lesser yang, also known as ministerial fire. This is a more active, dynamic form of heat that helps processes mature. Following them are the Mao and Yu years, the rabbit and the rooster, which fall under yang ming, or dryness. The climate tends to be drier and more brittle. The Chen and Zhu years, the dragon and the dog, are governed by greater yang, which brings cold. These are times when the world's energy contracts and slows down. Finally, the cycle concludes with the sea and high years, the snake and the pig, which are ruled by Juyin, or wind. Wind represents movement and change, and it can carry and spread the other influences. Imagine putting these two systems together. You have the 10-year cycle of the heavenly stems and the 12-year cycle of the earthly branches. By combining them, you get a highly specific and nuanced 60-year calendar. Each year has a unique combination of energies, a unique personality. An ancient physician could look at the year and say, "Oh, this year is a wood wind year. We should be mindful of issues related to the liver and be prepared for gusty, unpredictable weather." It was a sophisticated system for harmonizing human life with the cosmos. The Yellow Emperor was astounded. This was the master key he had been searching for. It wasn't just a collection of theories, it was a practical guide for living. He declared, "Your discourse is great and insightful. I will have it engraved on a jade tablet, stored in a golden cabinet for safekeeping, and titled it the Annals of Heavenly Origins." This knowledge, preserved for millennia, reminds us that we are deeply connected to the world around us. Understanding these ancient cycles isn't about superstition. It is about paying attention to the subtle rhythms of nature and learning to live in greater harmony with them. It is a timeless wisdom that is just as relevant today as it was in the time of the Yellow Emperor. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into ancient wisdom as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. See you in the next video.